Hi, welcome back. I'm terribly sorry that I haven't posted any kind of video update in the last 6, 7 months, and I promise to try to not, you know, let it slip again. I've also had a bit of trouble to really stay consistent and really, bring you guys updates over time. So I'm going to try something a bit different going forward, trying to be very unedited and very straightforward and try to make it in one take. And some of these videos will have errors in them, and some might have a couple of cuts just to make it a bit more interesting. But overall, I want it to be very straightforward. Some of the videos will be long, some of these videos will, stay small. Um, and to be very honest, in the past couple of months, I constantly thought about, hey, I need to make a YouTube video. I need to make a YouTube video, and I want the YouTube videos to be better and better over time. And I feel that is not a great use of my time. I I I have a couple of things to say and some other negative things that I want to say. I'm mostly not saying because I don't want to be perceived as this negative 3D printing guy, which I'm not. I really love 3D printing and I think this hobby is amazing. And I actually wanted to make this hobby, my job. I wanted to create my own business, which based off of how I'm saying that, might you might already see where I'm going with this. I'm not going to create my own legal entity. It's financially not sane to do. It's prohibitively it's very fucking expensive to do in Germany. I know that there are other ways to do it a lot cheaper. You can create an UG, which is like a mini LLC, which is very cheap to start, but all of the running costs are still the same. And I have to take 25% of all the profits that I'm going to take moving forward. I need to put back into the company until the company has this minimum amount of money to become a real grown up LLC, which is called a GmbH. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do a GmbH right from the start. So that was very expensive, but that's not a big problem. The other problem was the niche that I wanted to create products for is very small. And the people purchasing the things that I am creating, even though I feel my products were very good, they I can't charge too much money for it. A, I don't think it's fair, and B, I don't think that the quality that is coming out of these 3D prints um, are worth the very premium price that I was thinking to charge for it. Not because the prints aren't great, the prints are great. I just don't think, well, you can't reuse it hundreds of times. It's you can probably use it 20, 30, 50 times and then you'd have to purchase new, and charging a premium price for such a product doesn't feel right to me. So combining those two things, like starting the company very expensive, running the company very expensive, and having a very limited target audience for products aren't very good, and the product price that I can charge is also isn't very high. That's not a great combo to start a business. I'm very terribly sorry. So I will continue doing that as a hobby, and I will also continue doing these YouTube videos, progressing and showcasing how I am continuing with my 3D print farm, although it might be more of a hobby instead of a business, which is pretty cool. Um, but I'm also going to add a little twist to this as well. As some of you know, I am a full stack marketer by trade. I do this to earn money. and I really love what I'm doing. I've been having side projects and side hustles for years and years. I have even sold some of these projects for real money, and they work quite well. And I have this idea in my head that I also want to, document the journey of here going forward. I want to build a place on the internet, on a website, where we can gather information, resources, and tools for our 3D printing hobby. I'm not talking about file downloads, and I'm not talking about a community. That's not what I'm talking about. There are other places and other websites out there that do that really, really well, and I'm in no place to compete with them because I'm not quite sure that I can add anything of value to that side of the story. But right now, there are lots of tools and spreadsheets and filament files and 3D print information and all of these things that are spread all over the internet. And I really want to bring it all together into one place so you can actually plug in where you live, what your electricity costs are, what type of machine you're running, what kind of filament you're running, how much you're paid for your filament, and really crowdsource this information with lots of different people to get a good feeling about how much how profitable are you actually running your prints, how much does your prints really costing you, um, and even a place of where you could probably even find maybe cheaper filaments or better filaments or uh, different things you haven't thought about yet, and it's just a really cool place where you can really plug all of this information and really share with everybody else around you as well. Um, that's just a vision that I have in my head. It's nowhere near something final, but that's what I'm toying with in my head, and I actually want to build something like that. And if you have any kind of, you know, any kind of idea or feedback or, you know, words of encouragement or even words of discouragement, leave them in the comments down below, and I'm very happy to discuss this and maybe even take this project to the next level. And if there happens to be something that I'm going to pursue, then yeah, I'll let you all know, and I'll drop the link in the comments, and I'll show you progress along the way. So yeah, see you around.